Are you struggling to download an encrypted HLS stream on your iOS device? You're not alone. Many developers face this challenge, especially with iOS 10. Today, we will explore how to tackle this issue together. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when you think you have everything set up correctly, but it just doesn't work. You're not the only one who's hit a wall with this. It's a common hurdle in the world of iOS development. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked, "Why can't I play my downloaded encrypted HLS stream offline on iOS 10? They mentioned that while everything works fine online, playback fails when trying to access the stored file. Sound familiar? Let's find a solution. So what could be causing this issue? The user is utilizing the Asset Persistence Manager, an AV Asset Download URL session, but it seems that the AV Asset Resource Loader delegate is key for providing the offline encryption key. Let's break down the steps to troubleshoot this. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that could save you a lot of time and headaches when working with encrypted streams. To begin solving the user's issue with downloading an encrypted HLS stream, the first step is to ensure that the AV Asset Resource Loader delegate is properly implemented. This delegate is crucial for handling the loading of resources, especially when dealing with encryption keys. Next, the user should implement the method called should-wait-for-loading of requested resource. This method is where the user can provide the encryption key for the asset. It's important to ensure that the key is accessible and correctly formatted. After that, the user needs to verify that the key URI is correctly set up. If using a custom scheme for the key URI, ensure that it matches what is expected in the should-wait-for-loading of requested resource method. Finally, the user should test the playback of the downloaded asset. This can be done by creating an AV Player instance and attempting to play the asset offline. If issues persist, checking the console for error messages can provide further insight. Fun fact, did you know that HLS stands for HTTP live streaming? It was developed by Apple and is widely used for delivering live and on-demand content. Pretty cool, right? Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by another user involves downloading the encryption key and saving it locally. After downloading the HLS stream, you'll find a folder named with a .movie PKG extension. Inside this folder, there are two files to modify, the .m3u8 file and a data file. In both files, locate the line that specifies the encryption key URI and replace it with the local key location. This allows you to access the key from your local storage and play the stream offline. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative approach shared by another user involves downloading and playing an HLS video offline using a local server. They suggest three main steps. First, use a local server like GCD server to host the M3U8 file after downloading it. Second, edit the M3U8 file to include any downloaded .ts segments if they are not already mentioned. Finally, use the GC server localhost URL to host and play the M3U8 file. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always log your key requests and responses. This will help you troubleshoot any issues with key retrieval and ensure that your app behaves as expected. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to successfully download and play your encrypted HLS stream offline. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on iOS development.